What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Make It Kustom Unleashed. I'm Carl Fisher, and we've got a special episode for you today because I've been invited to the JF Kustoms airbrushing graphics kind of workshop. So Sam and I are out here today in Ossoyos. It's beautiful. This is actually, if you've seen our Cactus Jalopy car show video on Unleashed here, scroll back a little bit, it's on there. That's where it happened. We had the burnout pit over here, Chip Foose was here, there's all these great guys, just having a good time after that car show, which might not happen again. We don't know if it's going to become a yearly thing anymore, or if it'll be every 3 years, or if it may never happen again. Very excited to be here. We are going to paint helmets, and I brought like a little gold metal flake helmet that was kind of like a mini bike helmet that we had kicking around the shop. Prepped that to 600, but leaving the gold metal flake as the base. I'm gonna learn how to do some masking and some graphics. Sam is working on some side panels for a motorcycle. Mike from Rust Valley Restorers is here. Blair from Rust Valley Restorers is here, and of course JF, his lovely wife Teresa. So I want you guys to go check out their channels. Actually, a lot of these guys have YouTube channels also. JF Kustoms has a Killer Customs YouTube channel, and Mike from Rust Valley Restorers has Rust Bros. Let's get into the video. Going for a skid, bud! This episode, I'm going to Japan. We are in Australia. We're going on a little ride tomorrow. This place is insane. A little more subtle, but very custom.
I'm having fun.
Me too.
How many people have used an airbrushing here? Okay, good. I'll do step by step on that. Even if you're not doing it, it's nice seeing how sometimes there's something that looks difficult, but it's super easy. So if we can save time on it, that's important. If we can charge more to do it, it's super easy and looks difficult, that's a win-win.
Thanks for having us. Like Mike said, this is our first one, so we'll try to document times, and the next one we do will be a lot smoother, so we appreciate your patience. But it'll be a busy day. You'll have trouble keeping up to Mike, I promise you that.
One thing that's really important is black. You're basically putting it on and you're seeing through it. But 3D shadowing or anything, the minute you put too much black on and it's just black, you don't have a shadow anymore. What I always do when I'm doing a job, there's certain things I've done forever and I know they work. And there's certain things where you always try and push yourself to, I want a kind of a neat looking, and this is gonna look good. But if I do it on there and I don't like it, there's no turning back. So what I'll always do is I'll have a template. I know that particular lace, I've used it before a lot of times. I like it, it works good. If I'm doing this at home and I'm by myself, what I have to do is I have to cut this all out nicely, and then I have to take tape, which doesn't hold good. Or if it's a certain area, I might even put little clips here and put weight on them and put it, because the key thing is the minute there's one of these wrinkles, you destroy the pattern. I want to spray with not huge pressure that I start fluffing this up. That's all I need. That's cool. So you see the effect, how much is there and how easy it was. But the key thing is it's grabbing the right piece of lace. And
What if somebody's wearing it?
well, so next when you're shading is you start out, and I might not even hardly be touching, but I'm almost like a robot where I try. And once I'm comfortable with it, then I actually move on to where I'm at. But if I'm like this, and I'm gonna try doing the shading, I wanna be like, I'm super comfortable. It's like painting the side of a car. You wanna be very comfortable, very symmetrical, because then you see exactly where you've sprayed, and your overlap's better, and you're not gonna get dry spots or hangers. So same thing here, you're gonna start. And you see, I'm not even spraying where I'm going to fog. I'm kind of doing a trial run here. Now I'm moving on to it. And that's it.
We're moving along, so I'm pretty much ready with what I'm about to do. The idea is gonna be sun fade, fish scales, lace, and then these endless lines. I'm just gonna shade them and then candy over top everything, just simple. Where are you at, Sandy?
Got it all masked out. I'm trying to decide what kind of style patterns I want in here, and then this I'm just gonna lace.
What kind of lace are you gonna use?
This spiderweb lace. It'll go good with my car collection.
Okay, so talk to the pro here, Dan, on the lowrider paint stuff. This is not gonna show up too well. It's gonna look a little blotchy. As excited as we all were for it, that should have been done in black. I should be fading with the root beer on the outside. So the lace portion, I'm gonna redo in black. Okay, this is where I'm at. I've unmasked a lot of it, and basically what the step is now is this area that I'm pointing to here, and those stripes. I'm not sure whether or not I'm gonna change that color. Like I might go with a candy orange on that, and then peel everything, and then possibly candy the whole thing before clear. We'll see how it goes. Damn, let's have a look at this thing.
Can't wait till it's got clear coat on it though, because that changes everything.
How many times did you have to go back into the booth to do this? Like you got like
I'd say 15, 20 maybe?
15, 20 times?
And I think Porsche was almost.
Holy.
It's exciting. I'm super excited to get some clear on it. All this stuff is going to be exciting when it gets clear on it.
Yeah.
So when do you think you're clearing? Like tonight?
In the next 20 minutes? Half
In the
hour?
next 20 minutes?
Because
after
yours
that?
is ready also, is it
Just
not?
about. I'm going to do one more color actually. Yeah. That looks so good.
It's really satisfying.
Your scales turned out perfect, eh? Yeah. Sweet. All right, ready for clear coat. Check it out.
So one of the things I love is creativity level, right?
Yeah.
Everybody had a different idea what they wanted.
They're all completely different. Yeah. States, right? Yeah, I love a guided tour. I was just about to do this without a guide, and the guide's right here. But he was busy clearing helmets, so.
How much fun is that?
Yeah, like, well, I've been having a complete, like, best day ever moment today because custom painting is something I've always admired.
It
like,
looks so good in there.
I've played around with little things before, like in high school, but it's been like well over a decade. So thank you so much for the invite and the whole experience.
We appreciate the friendship.
Yeah, awesome. And we're staying at his place, which is super cool. I'd love a tour of just what's going on. Like what projects are you like currently excited about? And yeah, just show me around a little bit.
This is one I've been working on for 10 years.
Well, this is really the one that has the best story, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, and it is just waiting for a fresh 409. Going to be a manual transmission car, just in the flavor of a bubble top 409 4-speed car of the day. It's a Acadian, not a Nova, which is the same car with different badging.
Yeah.
But we're pretty proud of that. So I had an engine built for it. We ended up putting it in a super cool Roadster, and that's why it said Pontiac on the valve covers, because this is a Pontiac car.
Got you.
This one is a Hellcat CUDA. I think it's one of those cars that everybody wants, but they're really a lot of labor to put together.
So this is a like just Hellcat powered CUDA, or because some people were doing like full Hellcat
chassis underneath.
Yeah.
And they look a little weird to me.
Yeah.
So this is, like we built the chassis from scratch, and then we build the inner structure of the car from scratch. Not quite to your level of metal work, but
Calm down, man.
Of course it gets hidden, right? So it's just part of sort of putting the car together and doing something nice. The real challenge with this car was we have a client that's, I think he's 6'3" or 6'4". So his body physically has troubles fitting in these cars, and the way they're typically built, you sit kind of on top of the chassis, whereas now we sit him right down on the ground like he's in a go-kart. The exhaust actually runs in the transmission tunnel. We also had to lift the engine quite a bit because they don't fit good. They're really tall with the supercharger. So you can see the oil pan's kind of on the ground. It's the lowest point in the whole car, at the same time as the rest of the car being low. I just got to stick up the hood a whole bunch.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this is like a basically like perimeter chassis now, like unibody.
Yeah, so what we do is we chase the chassis into the rockers.
Yeah.
And we plate the rockers as part of the chassis. And then the exoskeleton in the center of the car that holds the transmission in place, basically the tranny tunnel and the drive shaft tunnel, becomes a real big part of the structure of the car.
Right.
You can see we've hidden a roll cage kind of in the pillars there.
Is that ever hidden?
Yeah.
Holy.
So it's not going to be an HRA legal or race legal, but
it'll protect the driver. And that's
In
kind of
case
the
of-
most important part, really.
yeah, cool car.
Very cool car. Very well
excited
thought
about
out. I love builds that are complete thoughts. You know, this is a complete thought, right? There's a lot of builds that just get like chunked at, but to have a car that is built for the person that is going to be driving it, and from this far back to start there and build the entire car basically with just sheet metal, it makes a build so much better.
Super cool, right? And then this little puddle jumper.
Little puddle jumper, yeah.
I could have used you the other day when I was building this piece.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It was a little more complex than I expected.
Yeah.
I'm good at making shapes, but to get myself out of trouble, mostly not the way you do it. And because this was a cabriolet car, which is a car with roll-up windows and a convertible top that comes down, it wasn't a speedster. Teresa really wanted a speedster, so I did a speedster cowl on it. And then we got speedster doors, but the car is really quite a bit different in shape. You can see it on the other side here. So this would be where the top would go, and then normally there would be a roll-up window in here. But you can see how it don't fit, hey?
Wow.
So there's a couple days of work in trying to make that work on the other side, and I think I'm up for the same challenge here.
So you parted it at the
Pull
door,
this one out and
peeled
actually
this.
physically, I may have to cut the structure of this door apart and just give her one of these. Just kind of get it to the point where it can take a flex, and then re-weld it once the shape is a little more congruent to the car.
Did you have to do that
this
on
is-
that side?
I did. I had to do some of that on that side for sure.
like twist the door a little
Yeah.
bit. Wow, man, this is a very rare car.
It is, and we were really wanting to find one. We really wanted to get her a plastic one.
Yeah.
And this one came up and needed a tremendous amount of work, but at least the work we're putting in holds some value when it's done.
What a tucked bumper too.
Yeah, so this is a 59 bumper on a 64.
Yeah.
Teresa physically stamped these out at the factory in Ontario.
No way.
Yes, she got to run the 200-ton press, put in the piece of sheet metal, stamped out a bumper.
That
then she
is
took
cool.
that over to the laser cutter,
Yeah.
put it in, pressed the button for it to do the little cutting, and we went home with 2 halves of bumpers.
Amazing.
Yeah, we came home with bumpers, and then I put them together on a car where they don't belong, so
Amazing.
yeah. Pretty excited about that too.
Dude, very cool.
Okay, I gotta go put some clear on.
Yep, do your thing. There we go. I'm gonna keep snooping around. I gotta go see. Oh yeah, you coming with me?
Yeah.
Brandon's coming with me.
We're doing the tour.
We're doing the tour. We see some Bailey equipment here. We see.
Like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Cool channel.
Yeah. Oh man, I just love old tools, man. Look at this English wheel. This thing is massive, man.
What does that do, Carl?
So English wheel is it does a lot of things, but mostly it's a stretching tool for creating panels. So you're adding surface area to metal by wheeling it through, like you're adding surface area to pizza dough. It's the same sort of thing. So yeah, this is a nice one. You can tell it's got a huge contact patch on the lower anvil, so it's like probably pretty sweet for making low crown stuff with that one.